What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how to make smoother cuts at the top of a route or at the top of a break. So we're going to be talking about why you guys don't want to reach for your cuts, how you guys can make efficient cuts, and how you guys can ultimately get out of your breaks much faster and much smoother. So I hope this video gives you guys some value, but also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want to be able to maintain the gains that you've made in the offseason, you want to be able to maintain your speed during the season, your explosiveness at the top of the route, your speed off the line of scrimmage, your strength downfield while you're blocking, check out that very first link in the description, fellas, for our in-season 28-day wide receiver gym plan. It's designed to maintain all of those strength gains with specific sets, reps, and exercises for you guys to do during the season based around a weekly game schedule. So I hope you guys could check that out. Very first link in the description. It's everything wide receivers need to do in the gym to maintain all those gains that they made in the offseason, because a lot of people, there's no excuse to have lack of speed and lack of strength during the season. So I hope you guys could check that out. Very first link in the description. Let's get started with this video. So we're looking at this diamond release slant here, and the main thing I want to talk about is how you guys don't need to reach for any of your cuts, right? So now the goal is when we have an inside shade DB and I got to run a slant, right? Everybody knows that I got to attack to the outside. I got to attack on this 45-degree angle. I got to try to get him to commit to the fade. I got to get him to open up the gate and turn and run with me, right? Now, where's the DB supposed to be watching? He's supposed to be watching my hips. So he's not watching my feet. So many receivers think that, oh, it's about, I got to reach out for this cut. I got to reach to get to the depth, right? Like, let's say you had to run a 3-step slant and it's maybe going to take you to about 4 yards or something like that. Everybody reaches on that third step because they feel like that's what they have to do to get to the spot. I'd rather have you be maybe like a half a yard short than reach out and be slow. Reason being, when you guys reach out for this cut, that's an indicator, right? Look how because he's reaching out for this break, his arms shoot up in the air, right? So when I reach, my arms shoot out wide. And so when my arms shoot out wide, what does that tell this DB? That tells that a break is coming. Nobody runs a fade with their arms up in the air like this, right? And the DB is not going to be looking at your feet. So there's no need to reach. There's no need to reach out with that front stride. Nothing. That cut should be underneath your frame, and you got to get comfortable being in stride. The things that are going to sell this route to get this DB to commit on this thing are going to be your eyes committed, your hips and your shoulders are committed, and that's exactly what that receiver does. My apologies. That's exactly what that receiver does. Shoulders and hips are committed, eyes are committed, but his steps are a little choppy, and then the third one, he over-exaggerates. If you guys could get a good stride, if you guys could commit your upper half, which is aka your body language, and have your eyes committed to this break, that's really going to force this DB to turn his hips and run with you, right? And that's ultimately, because this is what the video is about, that's how you would make that smoother cut. If he could make this cut a little bit more inside of his frame and his strides were a little bit longer from the start, he would be at the same depth. The DB would actually be more committed to the fade, and then when he pops this thing off, he could actually get out, because when you reach for it, you see how he gets a little stuck, right? You get a little stuck at this break. You're not necessarily driving out because that cut is outside of your frame, and I know we talk about that sometimes with the releases. You want to step outside the DB's frame. You want to step here to threaten him in that direction, but when it's a break like this, the top of the route, when you go outside of your frame, all that's going to serve to do is slow you down. Your back leg's going to trail way behind, and that's why a lot of receivers drag, and that's going to take away from the explosion you have. You see how when he comes off of this break, he kind of pushes up, right? He's going up rather than out. So anytime you make that cut, you want to be driving off that inside arch of your foot to really accelerate and explode on this 45. So make sure, fellas, that we don't reach out for my cuts. DB's watching my body. He's trying to get a feel for my speed. Those are the things that are going to sell it. You don't have to reach for any break. Keep your feet underneath you when you make a cut to make a much smoother break at the top of this route. Let's watch it again full speed. Not a bad job getting on that 45. Just got to make sure we stay in stride and we break underneath my frame. All right, guys, we want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comments below. I always appreciate the feedback. Always appreciate the things you guys have to say. Helps me come up with new ideas for this channel, so I definitely appreciate it. And again, fellas, if you guys want an in-season 4-week-long wide receiver gym plan, all the things wide receivers need to do during the season in the gym, specifically designed for a weekly game schedule. Hope you guys can check that out. Very first link below. I'll see you guys next time.